In the previous video, we showed you what Sharia law would do if we have it in USA. Allowed in slavery, beating women, a Muslim, he can kill non-Muslim and there's no punishment for him. So when somebody speak about Sharia law, by the way, it's impossible to practice in here. But the Muslims trying to put that law not as the way it is, they are trying to insert it slowly into the system. But now we will listen to this smart genius Muslim. What is the excuse for us? We should not support this vote in here against Sharia law. What that law is going to do?
This year are as follows. That first, this bill bans judicial consideration of any body of law from outside of the United States. That it will severely disrupt the use of various religious laws and foreign laws that are being used for legitimate purposes within the state of Missouri.
First of all, I don't understand when a Muslim tried to fool us uh, uh, by contradicting himself, because after 2 seconds from now he will say, anyway, there's no Sharia law in USA is practiced. But he's saying that this would disturb religious law. So what law you are talking about? We don't have Catholic law in USA. What a liar you are. We don't have Sikh law. We don't have Jewish law in USA. So they are fabricating stories to make you believe, oh, this law is going to, to stop you from having your freedom. We don't have such a law. If I want to go to divorce, I go to the court of USA, not to the church. Don't you know that? The only thing I can do, I marry in the church, but still they have to give me a license from the government to marry, which means the marry in the church is not really a big deal for the government. It is you registering that paper that you did marry, and you are legal to marry, which means you are single. So still you have to follow the law of the state, not the law of the church. If a church divorced me in USA and the law that the court did not, I'm still not divorced. So what are you talking about? You see how they try to fool you and fabricate things? Continue, Abdul. Let us laugh.
Under this bill, contractual use of religious law, whether it's Jewish law or Muslim law or Christian law or Catholic law, Hindu law or Sikh law.
What Hindu law? What this guy's talking about?
Whatever there is, that those laws or any other religious groups could not be enforced within the state of Missouri.
Can we enforce Christian law in Saudi Arabia? No. Can we enforce a Christian law in Pakistan? No. In Indonesia? No. In Egypt? No. And so what's wrong with Muslims? Hypocrite. Hypocrite. Continue, Abdul.
That the validity of marriages, wills, and other contracts between based on religion.
You liar. All of those things have to be done by the law, not by a person or two individuals together. All those things you are saying have to be done by the government. So you are mixing things, and it's not true. You are a false person.
Law could be jeopardized.
And
that these laws are unnecessary.
He just said it's unnecessary. He said Sharia law is not necessary. So why you are afraid from having such an forbidden? They don't want this to be in USA. If you are agreeing, you liar, that Sharia law is not necessary. Listen carefully. Listen.
And that these laws are unnecessary. Where in America is Sharia law being implemented by the court? And you find
so as long you admitted and you agreed that Sharia law is not necessarily. So what's your problem, Abdul? What's a problem? The problem is you are trying to fool people saying, oh, we don't have it anyway. So what are you worried about? I challenge you to say that Sharia law is not necessarily in Islamic country. I challenge you to say that it's useless. What do you mean? I want CAIR to explain. I challenge them to explain to me what he mean by saying that Sharia law is not necessarily. So what the problem? You are losing nothing anyway. As long as you are saying nobody practice it, Muslims don't follow it. So what's your problem? And as you say, you admitted that this is not against Sharia law, it's against any foreign law is going to come. So how come you understand this is against Islam alone? Ah, because you have a nail in somewhere, huh? When you sit in the chair, you feel it. So then you understand this is must be about Islam, because you know who you are. You know that you are the target for you know that you are guilty with lies and deception. So imagine they are saying to us it is not necessarily, but Islam is needed. Islam is a great religion, but he just told us that all the law of Allah is not necessarily. People they can live with it and they do not need it. And he just admit that. But the purpose of saying that, as we showed you in the video before, Muslims are allowed to lie, as chapter 3, verse 28. They can even take an oath. So he's trying to make you believe that we don't care really for Sharia law. We are not, don't worry about it. Don't let those people do this. Don't make them forbid us because they want to implement their propaganda slowly in our system. Today we have a Muslim day. Tomorrow they will have holiday. The day after they will have when they are not even 1% in the nation. Not 2%, not 3%, not even 1%. Imagine the 1%, they want to enforce the 99% with their propaganda and their agenda. So what else, Abdul? Let us see how smart, intelligent you are.
Nowhere. Rather, authors of this type of movement use one case here and there, and then they overblow and exaggerate it, and they, you know, push it on the people that says Sharia law is creeping within the United States. And the man behind that phrase, creeping Sharia, is also David Yershmi. But yet, these laws are unnecessary. There is
They are not necessary. He repeated it again. He repeated again. I challenge Muslims to support this thing then, because you just admitted that it's not necessarily. You Muslims should support it then. They are making the 99% of America equal to you, the 1%. So what is your fear if it's not necessarily? Liars. A Muslim saying Sharia Allah is not necessarily. You believe it? It's amazing.
then no imposition of Sharia or other religious law on U.S. civil law.
So why a second ago you said that this law they are trying to approve is going to create a problem because a Christian law, Jewish law, Catholic law, as you said, Hindu law, Sikh law cannot be practiced. And now you are saying none of those even anyway have such a practice. You see the hypocrisy? You see the deception and the lies? 2 minutes ago you said this will create a problem because nobody can practice any of those law. Let me go back to the video, please, just to show you their deception. Watch with me and laugh.
Of the bill this year are as follows. That first, this bill bans judicial consideration of any body of law from outside of the United States. That it would severely disrupt the use of various religious laws and foreign laws that are being used for legitimate purposes within the state of Missouri.
He just said they don't exist, and now he's saying they are being used. Unbelievable. He just admitted they are not used anywhere. And now he is saying that they are being used everywhere. And that will cause a very bad harm to such a practice. When he just said after that that there is no practice, no such a practice. People, let me give you an advice. If the Muslims vote for angel of God, listen carefully. If angel of God, Muslims vote for him, it means Muslims are choosing the wrong person for you, American. Muslims, they will never wish you to have something good. And this is actually how I do vote. I look what the Muslims, for sure, I look at the person too. But if the Muslims are supporting him, it means for sure there's something wrong with the person. Muslims taking, if the Muslims ever took my side, let us say I want to go for election. As long Obama is not born in USA, he became a president, I can do that. You know, I am an American citizen. You know, I'm not born in USA, so what? He was born in Kenya. He was able to do it. We can do it. Some of the Muslim Brotherhood, they can bribe some legislation and give them some money, and they can get me in the position. Very easy. It happened. It happened already. The guy, he don't even have a certificate. So uh, if if the Muslims ever vote for me, don't ever support me, because those people will never vote for someone who would do good to America. This is why they vote for Obama. Obama who support abortion. Have you ever heard about Muslims supporting abortion? Since when? Ah, because Obama will kill American kids. He was not going to kill Muslim kids. It's not Muslims who would do abortion. It is those who don't have religion, the atheists, not the Christians, and the infidels. Anyway, this will harm America. Osama bin Laden to kill 3,000 American. He caused a big war. So without killing anyone, by a signature of our brother Obama, the Muslim brother Obama, he signed a signature and he will allow the killing of thousands and thousands of American every month. So our kids, they will be flashed in the toilet seat, legally, officially, and that will make Muslims happy. Wait, Muslims, they vote for Obama and he is the one who support gays and lesbians. It doesn't make sense to me. Muslims, they kill gays and lesbians. By the way, are you going to practice this in Sharia law in Islam? Are you going to do that? Actually, according to the Quran, by the way, Muhammad in the hadith, he says kill them. According to Quran, uh, if a woman, she is lesbian, a woman, she should be jailed until she die. Mm-hmm. And this is in the Quran, I can show you. Chapter 14, verse number 15. Here we go. We click at Yusuf Ali. Hmm? It says that those of you, the women, who they are guilty with such a behave, the women who they are lesbian, you jail them until they die. I'm trying to make it bigger because, I mean, so you can read all the verse. Anyway, you can open the Quran, read yourself. So, according to Islam, a woman, she is a lesbian. This is Quran, by the way, not Hadith. Hadith says kill them all. So, according to Islam, a woman, she is lesbian. We put them in their rooms and we jail them until the end of their life. If they are Muslim men and they are doing bang bang, what we do? We insult them and beat them with sandals. Muslim women, they cannot repent. Muslim men, if they repent, we let them go. This is Quran, not Muhammad saying that. This is Quran. This is Allah Himself saying. But Muslim women, if they are lesbian, we put them in jail until they die. So, this is the most disgusting. What is that? Where is the justice? How come the man, you beat them with sandals, and the women, you jail them until they die? Where is the justice? How come the women having sex with a woman, you treat her differently from a man having sex with a man? Why the man punishment is a lot less? Beating with sandals is not the same as jailing somebody for lifetime until they die. It's disgusting religion, man. So Abdul, try to play a different game. And everybody, guys, support any law, fight Islam. It is the most disgusting religion. Thank you very much.